of being detained, authorities put a metal cap over her head. She describes being electrocuted, shaking violently, how the pain would go through each and every vein and every bone in her body. She begged them to kill her. She thought death would be better than this. They also pressured her to admit her guilt. They even told her that her mother was dead and that they killed her child. They also explained to her that her whole family was falling apart all because of her. She describes how in one of her cells there were 40 women. They were from the ages 17 to 62 years old. A few months later there were 68 women. These women were teachers, doctors, professors. She then explains how she witnessed 9 deaths in the cell. Tursun then explains how she met a woman named Patem Khan, and I apologize if I mispronounce the name. Patem Khan's crime was for attending a wedding in 2014. This wedding adhered to Islamic traditions, which were no singing, no dancing, and no drinking. The 400 people that went to this wedding were also detained. Patem Khan agonized, wondering where her children were because she left her 2 kids on the field of that wedding. Then one day she collapsed to the ground on the cell and she stopped breathing. Masked men came and dragged her body out. Finally, April 28, 2018, Chinese authorities let Tursun leave to go to Egypt to give medical attention to her 2 children. When she arrived to Egypt, she found out that Chinese authorities had detained her husband for 16 years. September 2018, she was finally granted a U.S. visa. She says she speaks out for those that are oppressed and still in those camps. She also fears the Chinese government, that they're sending people over to watch her, that they're still spying on her. She feels like she's not free. I also forgot to mention that when she asked an officer what her crime was, he responded that being a Uyghur was already a crime. She ended her testimony explaining how she doesn't know where her mother, her father, and her siblings are, and she wishes that she can see them again. Her testimony was December last year, 2018. Sadly, Tursun's story happens to many Uyghurs in these camps. These are innocent humans being tortured. China explains that this is their way to fight terrorism. I say it's not. This is not a policy to fight terrorism. This is a government committing genocide. It's not just the Uyghurs suffering, it's many other minorities, and we need to help them. Call your senators. Spread your voice to the UN. Boycott TikTok. At least spread awareness. You can do something. Don't be silent. Speak out. These are innocent humans dying. It doesn't matter if they're not your people, not your religion, not your country. We're all the same. We are humans. People are suffering, and you are just remaining silent. Spread awareness and save humanity.